are going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, immediately my blood pressure just shoots through the roof. Like, like something is happening, and it happens every single time. But that's just how it works. And at least Be Live is working now. The last interview I did with Shane, I just started melting halfway through. The one before that was Sean Connor. I would just disappear, like just. So at least we won't have that problem. But hey, everybody, thanks for coming up. Obviously, nobody's watching, so I'm going to have a mini heart attack, but I'm super psyched. I'm Jeff, and I'm here with JR. JR is going to be talking about some really awesome stuff. Yay, JR. I've been following JR, known JR since Henry, back when Facebook ads for entrepreneurs was FAFE. And I remember you were like that. You were the first 10K t-shirt that I saw or something of that effect, right?
The what?
The 10K t-shirt. Do you remember that? Like when he was giving 10K t-shirts. I remember when you guys did that video promo and like he had like the car drive around, and this was before you started doing like your martial arts every day and going to the gym twice a day and stuff. And I was watching those videos and I was like, JR's changed like so much. Like life doesn't.
Dude, I had like big goofy glasses and stuff too.
Yeah. I thought it was so funny.
So I just chugged this entire LaCroix can. So if I have like some massive like soda burps, you guys are just gonna have to like excuse that.
Please don't do it right into the mic. Not right into the mic.
So if you see me like run out and like you still hear it, just don't judge me too hard.
He's like on the other side of the door, but you can still hear the burping.
Plus, I have another one that I haven't drank. So
a backup, awesome. We've got a really cool interview today. We're going to be talking about how we started from a $0 brand new agency to doing 10 grand in only like a month and a half. We're going to be talking about the worst clients, the best clients. We're going to be talking about what's really cool is how you transition that into winning. What was the Dream Car Award or something like that on stage?
Yeah.
Funnels. Can you talk about that in like 2 seconds? He's still, it's right there. That's awesome.
Dream Car top affiliate.
So if anybody wants any questions or comments, leave them in the chat, and we'll get to it eventually. But first off, I want to say, Jared, can you tell us a little bit about like what your life was like before you started your agency, when you started like the pre-famous JR? You know, like everyone's got like before they got hit with the Facebook ad journey story. So I was hoping you could go into that for a bit.
Yeah. So I grew up pretty poor. And I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur at a young age just because I knew that entrepreneurs were like the rainmakers of society. Like entrepreneurs were the ones that had like the nice things and nice lifestyles and made a lot of money and stuff. So I was drawn to that at maybe like 14, 15. I started my first business at like 14, 15 in high school. I would buy candy like wholesale from like Sam's Club. And they basically sold a pack of like 30 Skittles and Starburst variety packs. And I'd buy them for like $13 and I'd sell them for $1 each. And there's 30 in a pack. So I'd make $30.
Cool.
So some days I'd sell like 100 candy bars. And it got to the point where like, so my high school had 3 lunch periods. It was like A, B, and C. I would skip class, go to every lunch period and go to every table and sell candy to every single person in the lunchroom. So I basically, like, if you relate it to digital marketing, it's like I knew that that's where the traffic was. So I knew that's where I had to be. And it was the only place where like people would come to me and I would just stay there. So eventually I got a good little system going with that. I even had like an inventory system and stuff like that. And I knew like what sold and what didn't sell and stuff like that. So I eventually, once I turned like 17, I started reading like all these success books. Like I started reading like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read The 4-Hour Work Week, which was super inspiring just to see like that this was like even a possibility out there. So at 18, I was like, I wanted to start a business, but I wanted to, for some reason, although my dream was to have an online business, it just didn't seem real. So I went after a brick and mortar business. So I tried to find a business that I could start with like less than $10,000 because I knew that I could save up that amount of money in a year. Because I was like, okay, I can make like 25,000 in a year. I can save like half of that, and then I could start this business. So I knew that a tax business, all I needed was an office and some computers and some knowledge. But I was like, I'll just study the tax code and I'll get it down.
The 3.
Huh?
It's like I got 2 out of the 3. I'll figure out the third one later.
Exactly. So I ended up starting a tax business when I was 18, and it was madness. So I grew it 60% the first year, and actually I acquired an existing location, and I grew it 60% the first year, and then I ended up buying 2 more my second year. And by the time I was 21, I had 3 locations, 53 employees. Everybody was older than me. My oldest employee was like 57 or something like that. And it was just,
hold on. So you're like, at this point, you're in like 21, 22?
Yeah, I'm 21. Yeah.
You're telling somebody twice your age what to do for their actual like job and 9 to 5.
Yeah, well, like a lot of people were drawn to doing taxes as retirees because it's a seasonal business.
Gotcha.
So a lot of retirees are like, hey, instead of being a Walmart greeter, let me just go learn some taxes, and I get to work 4 months or whatever. And they made like bonuses and stuff. So it was a good gig for old people. So a lot of my employees were older. So I ended up doing that, and it was just extremely stressful. Like we had someone slip and fall and break their dislocate their hip, break their collarbone in one of my locations. And I had cameras everywhere, so I'm probably still have the video somewhere. But I thought like they were gonna sue me, and I just had like someone got stabbed to death next door to one of my offices at the barbershop next door. This was like a very like downtown area, this office. So all the businesses were like attached. So it was like me, a discount, like whatever store. And then right next door to that, a barbershop. I watched the guy get carried out in the stretcher, like with his lifeless body. And they interviewed one of my employees on the 6 o'clock news that night because one of my employees was like standing outside when it happened. So, it was just crazy. Like I was like, this is not. And then on top of that, I hated doing taxes. I hated taxes. But I loved the marketing side of it. So I ended up selling those. I got out of that business. So I that year, after that year, I sold 2 of the locations back to the company, and then I sold 1 to one of my buddies. And then I moved to Virginia Beach. I started doing sales part-time, like seasonal sales for the actual company, because this was like a franchise business. And then I bought another location in Virginia Beach. So I was doing sales because nobody buys a tax business during tax season. So they were like counter seasonal. So like sales was like my not tax season hustle. And then once tax season started, then I started my business. So I did that for a year, sold that, and I financed it to someone else. So I didn't really make any money up front on the sale. So I kind of was in this position where I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I got to figure something out. And I saw that like our industry as a whole was declining. Like people coming in person to do their taxes was declining.
Yeah.
But the online business, like TurboTax, they were doing great.
Yeah.
So I was like, obviously, like the trend is moving online, so I have to do something online. So I started a podcast because I didn't know anybody that made money online or anything. I didn't know, like, I'd probably never been in a Facebook group at that point or like anything. So I was like, if I'm going to figure this out, I need to find some people that have done it and talk to them. And I knew that the only way for me to get people to talk to me is if I had a platform.
Yeah.
So I knew that if I started, I Googled like how to start a podcast, and it was super easy, like less than $100, and like, boom, you're in business. You need a logo and intro and you're good to go. So I did that in like a week. And the 11th person I had on my show was, and it was going great. Like I got like the CEO of my old company. I got like a retired football player. So it was my plan was working.
Yeah.
So then the 11th person I got on the show was Dan Henry. And I found Dan while I was up late, like at 3 a.m., listening to other podcasts, trying to find new guests. And I saw the Millennial Entrepreneur podcast, which was Arnie's podcast that he used to run. And this was before he had a Facebook group or any of that stuff. So I ended up reaching out to Dan, got him on the show. And then I was like, what this guy does is pretty cool. And this was like course Dan. Like this was like Dan had just sold the bar, Dan, and like gotten like Ivy Lofts, the like selling the condos and stuff like that. So he was starting up like coaching for his upcoming program. So, but the program was still maybe like 7 months out from being released. So I just kind of started to me and Dan just kind of became buddies. I got in his beta, and I didn't make any money for like 6 months. But once I got my first client, and this is not a lot of people know this, but Facebook Ads for Entrepreneurs, the course that Dan came out with, originally wasn't meant for getting clients. It was just for learning Facebook ads. So I didn't when I got started, the client concept didn't really like exist. And that's just kind of something that he developed over time of seeing that like that's what we wanted to do. Like we wanted to go out and find clients. So after I got my first client, I grew my agency to 10K in 45 days. So the 10K 45-day thing is like, it was 6 months to get to the point where I could make 10K in 45 days. And I always try to make that clear. Like it took a while to be an overnight success. And then, I started bragging about my results in different Facebook groups. People start messaging me for help. And then I'm like, oh, there's something to this coaching thing too. People start getting results. One of my students blew up to like 20K a month or whatever. So I was like, I guess I can show other people this stuff. And the rest is history. Here we are.
That's super interesting.
Got the ClickFunnels dream car and
all that good stuff. Talking about that. It's a bullet point. That's going to be a long talk. So for anybody just tuning in, JR talks about how he's always wanted this like entrepreneur, and he tried in-person businesses. Never really quite worked out the way you expect, right? Like shit always goes wrong, and you're trying to find JR version 2. You end up doing a podcast with a guy named Dan Henry. Turns out he's got a course, and it took about 6 months to get your feet in the right direction, but then immediately like it took off. So can you help somebody understanding who's just starting out, who's like, let's just say they're 6 months in and still looking for that, like, what was that change like? Like, did you end up signing a client and then 9 more the same day, or what was that experience?
Yeah. So one of the biggest things was, guys, like I quit a lot of shit in my life. And this was one of the things that I knew, like I knew I had a history of quitting shit. So I was scared that this would be one of the things that I would quit as well. Yeah. So what I did was I found a group of like 3 people that were relatively new as well, got in it with me at the same time, but we're kind of like going in the right direction. And we got in a Facebook chat, and we just talked like all day. Yeah. So by seeing like them, like someone, especially if like the person starts at the same time as you and they get a client before you, you're like, fuck, like I'm a piece of shit. Like I got to get my ass in gear. So that was like huge for me. So once I got the first client, first of all, the way I got my first client was I was doing these videos, and I was like, I tried everything, like cold calling, cold email, all that stuff. So I was doing these videos, and I was like individually prospecting clients. Like I'd identify someone who's like a dream client, and then I'd make them a video and send it to them. And that was like getting me in the door a little bit, but it took a lot of time. Yep. So then I was like, why don't I just take this concept and run it in a Facebook ad and see if maybe that works? And I really, like, I don't know, I really didn't expect it to, but I was like, let's just throw $100 at it and see what happens. And I got a guy that booked in. I got 3 appointments in like the first like 3 days.
What? So for anybody watching, so that's called the automatic client acquisition. It's like running a video sales letter. By the way, I tried a video sales letter. Guess how many appointments and results I got? 0, right? Like flat as 0. Like I wasted like $1,000, but like different stuff works for different people. But yeah,
I don't know, dude. It just like because I never had a successful Facebook ad, so I'm not really expecting this to work. But I got 3 appointments, and the first guy that I talked to ended up doing a free trial with me, and the other 2 said that they would, but they never really did. Mm-hmm. So that guy ended up signing on with me, and I kept him for like a year.
Nice.
And so through him, I came to him and I was like, hey, if you can send, and we like blew it out of the water. To this day, it was like my best like result, like chiropractor campaign. It was like 150 leads in the first week or something, like 164 or something like that in the first week. And I don't know, I guess like in his, where he was like in this weird like rural area, I guess like nobody was doing Facebook ads, or I don't know, like something weird was going on. But he was super happy. And so he sent me two of his friends, and
Right.
they both ended up signing up. So boom, I ended up with 3 clients, right? Like this was like in a week and a half.
So you told that first success story. If you send me more people, I'll give you a free month. Was it
I
20%?
told him I'll take $250 a month off his fee. So
Nice.
he got his fee down from 1,500 to 1,000 really fast.
Nice.
And so then he sent me like one guy in like Florida and one guy in like Baltimore or whatever. And I ended up working with, so boom, 3 clients. Then mind you, my ad is still running. And through the ad, I think I got 2 more in that first month. So then like boom, I'm at 5. And then the Dr. Dial was the first guy.
I
Dude, to
remember
this day, like
that name. Oh my God, I remember that name, Dr. Dial. Yeah.
yeah, to this day, I mean, I still talk to the guy every now and then, and he's always been like that guy that tries a lot of stuff himself. Like I remember the first year he did like a PS4 giveaway or something on Facebook, and it got like 300 shares and like all it like he was a really like he was like a promoter, like he was always looking for new tactics and stuff like that. So yeah, so then I blew that up, and I was doing the same campaign for all of them,
Mhm.
and they were all getting results. It was the simple like $21 offer with all this stuff, and then I got a few clients in bigger cities, and I noticed like it's not exactly this. It's not like a 1-to-1 comparison. Like we had a client in San Jose or whatever. And the results, like we were still bringing in leads, but nowhere near as much as like in rural North Carolina. So then we had to figure out why is this, like why is it that people here don't like this $21 offer? So then I found like, okay, we have to strengthen the offer. So now we got to add in like a massage, and like, okay, well, we don't do massages. Okay, well, now I got to call the massage place up the street and see if they're willing to like, be a part of this or whatever. So it was just fun, like finding out, like learning these different markets and talking to these people in different areas. And I never met any of my clients in person, which was kind of cool. And yeah, so that's pretty much how the agency thing happened.
That's super interesting. So you struggled and it was a challenge for like 6 months. Say, screw it, I'm just going to do a video ad. You end up getting 3 people. One of them does a free trial. You knock it out of the park. You start charging him. And then he just refers you 2 or 3 other people. And then from there, you end up like over the course of 6 weeks, just magically like hitting 10K, like no time flat. Did you ever expect it to be that way? Or like, were you like always this close to like quitting because you're like 6 months in and still haven't gotten the results you expect?
I mean, I don't think I thought about quitting, only because I saw that other people around me were doing it.
Yeah.
So like at the time I was really close friends with Danny Vega and Tanner Oaks.
Yeah.
And Danny was a little bit ahead of me. So he started with Dan in like the original coaching group. So he had gotten a client results already, and the client was still paying him. And it'd been like 4 or 5 months that the client was still paying him. So I was like, and he was doing this pretty much like full time. So I was like, okay. And I mean, I talked to the guy every day, and I mean, like I loved him to death, but like, he's nothing special. He's just a dude.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know I could figure this out, just because like the people close to me are figuring it out as well. Plus like the group, when I first started, the group was like 11 people. I was like the 11th person.
Yeah.
So there was like, it was a really like tight knit community. And I mean, for like nowadays, you're probably not going to find that, but you can create your own.
Correct.
So at one point we had a group chat with like 10, 15 people, and we're just all day like motivating each other. Someone gets a sale, they post a screenshot of it in the group. Mm-hmm. So we were constantly just kind of like feeding off each other. And it's kind of amazing, because literally everybody that I started with is still doing this today. Like it was like me, Daniel Tapia, Diane Williams, a few other people. Like we're all still doing it. Whereas like now, you see like 1,000 people join something, and like half of them are going to quit by like next week or whatever. So yeah, it's just been a fun ride.
So we're part of like several group chats, just like you're mentioning. And there's one group chat, I'm not going to share the name, but like there's like 15 people in there. They're all admins, and they are literally all kicking ass. And like there are people in that group that are doing like 10, 20, 100, or even $1 million a month. Like it blows my mind to be in the same group chat of people that are doing those numbers. And it makes my brain tell me that it's possible. Because
Right.
very often when you're starting like that solid 6 months of sucking, you feel like you're alone, that there's no way, and your brain just tries to feed itself by going in a different direction, like that quitting mentality. But for anybody watching this, you have to surround yourself with people that are showing you that it's definitely possible and definitely doable. Like Jordan Parker, like at no point could I have ever imagined when I was like first bought into FAFE that somebody could be making like the numbers and the dollars that he's doing, right? But now that I'm talking to him, it's totally doable. Now my brain goes, I just have to do another step. And so it's like super important to have that culture, that tribe, that community, and I guess like group chat, right? But you do that, and then somehow you launch your JR Digital Marketing Academy or something to that effect. Like I remember when you launched it and I was like, this is the ugliest color combination I've ever seen, but it worked, right? So maybe you can talk about that for a bit.
Yeah. So I don't know how people make their funnels look so pretty, but every time I see a funnel that's nice, I'm like, damn it. Like I should have just not like, I should like out of high school, I probably should have went to like design school or something. And, so basically what I did was, I don't know how I got the idea. I think I was just one of those things that just hit me. And, one day I'm like, hey, I'm going to like make a free academy today and I'm going to shoot the whole thing and launch the funnel today or whatever. So I made this free academy because I wanted to accelerate my ClickFunnels affiliate growth. Yep. So I made a free academy, and in the first, the academy was just comprised of like bare bones, like basic stuff. Mm-hmm. So it was like the basics of like Facebook ads, the basics of like affiliate marketing, the basics of like how to build a group, mm-hmm. basics of like how to finagle ClickFunnels. So I launched that to my Facebook group, just totally free. But I taught lessons, and then I gave you the tools, like which were affiliate links that it took to execute what you just learned in the lesson. So if I taught you like, how to set up a Facebook ad for the first time, then I'm going to say, hey, if you want to learn more about Facebook ads, check out Dan Henry's course. And I drop them a link to his webinar. But the genius part about it was in the welcome video, I said, hey, this is how you can get the most out of this program. And I take them to a slide where I'm teaching them, or I'm showing them how if they try ClickFunnels for 14 days, I'm going to give you all these different bonuses. And it was like 5 different client acquisition. It was like 5 different funnels, like a chiropractor funnel, a dentist funnel, a client acquisition funnel, and 2 affiliate marketing funnels. And then it was like 5 or 6 trainings, like how I got on TV and how you can get on TV. Yeah. How you can build like a personally branded website within ClickFunnels, and like an affiliate talk that I gave. So I ended up hitting my 100 users through that free academy, and people just go in, they watch the video, and they're like, oh, sure, I'll try ClickFunnels. And a lot of people get the free stuff and cancel, which is fine because a lot of people don't.
Interesting. So let me see if I'm understanding this correctly. So you end up just doing a bunch of recordings, and like by recordings, it's just like you talking to a screen, like a Loom video, or like nothing. Yeah,
they're just
like a big production, right? It's just you talking to a screen.
Yeah.
And you were showing people how to do stuff, and when they got the idea that, okay, I can execute this, well, guess what? Now here's the tool. And so how did you, because the headline is like how you won the ClickFunnels Dream Car contest without spending a dime on traffic. And for people watching this, they're going, so what if I've got the academy? How do I get people to go to it? So right. How did you do that?
So the first thing I did was I made a cover photo so first of all, like whatever your niche is, your friends list should delete your mom and add like your ideal client, seriously, like on Facebook. So my friends list was composed of people that were likely to use ClickFunnels. So I made a cover photo, or I got a cover photo made that said like, hey, do you want to learn how to, actually it's still the cover photo to this day on my group. I think it's like how to start a profitable online digital marketing business, even if you suck at technology and marketing or something like that. So then I said, go to get my free academy here, jrreeves.com/academy. So I set that cover photo as my personal profile my business page, and my Facebook group. And then I started to my Facebook group started to grow because I, did the stuff that makes Facebook groups grow that I'm sure you've talked about in here. And people would join my Facebook group, and in the welcome video, I say, "Hey guys, as a gift for joining my Facebook group, I actually have a free academy for you designed to get you off your feet in digital marketing at no cost, even if you suck at technology. Click here to get that." And that was just my gift when people joined the group.
Yeah.
So I pinned the welcome video, and anytime someone would join the group, we would do a welcome post, and then we would send them to the free academy, and then it was also in the welcome video. So that's how I pretty much got people into the free academy.
And so as you became more like internet famous, you also became real life famous too. Didn't you go on like a PR tour and went on like 8 television shows or something like that?
Yeah, I went on like 3.
Okay.
But, yeah, so I went on I got on CBS Chattanooga, CBS Memphis, and CBS Kansas City, all in the span of like a week and a half. And there's a very simple formula to get on TV. Do you guys want it? Drop a 1 in the chat box if you want the stupid simple formula to get on TV, no matter who you are, no matter how much your experience you have, and regardless of past experience.
What's funny is that like I remember there was like a PR lady in the group or something like that. I don't remember her name, but she's like, "Watch JR get on 3 TV shows this week," and I was like, "This is not how that works. There's no way." And then all of a sudden, like, he's there, and then on Wednesday he's there, and on Friday he's there. It's like he fucking did it. So I guess a bunch of people.
So I've been wanting to do another media tour, but once you've done it, like, there's really no reason to do it again, because like you don't really like. People think you go on TV and like $1 million falls in your bank account, but the only reason to go on TV is to have the clips for credibility. So once you've done it once or twice, like, you're done. You don't ever have to do it again, unless you're like an attention whore. Then you can do it as much as you want. But so here's the stupid simple formula that anybody can get on TV. The first thing that they look for, and I learned this because while I was doing my little tour, I started going up to the anchors afterwards, and I'd say like, "Hey, like what do you look for when you book people?" And a big thing that I learned was that these studios, they're not like, it's really run by like 5 people. Like, you walk in, there's like 1 person here, a camera guy there, like 2 people in the back, and that's it. And like a producer.
Half empty. It's kind of dark. You don't know.
Yeah, it's like really dingy. It's like a dungeon, and then they make the set look nice, and that's it. Yeah. So they're just, and then I learned like they're just people. Like, they're looking to do their jobs, and they want to do it well. So the first thing that they want to know is like that you're not boring. So make a video. I made a video tying it to something current. So I made a video tying, I think it was like, mine was like May was like National Recommit Month. So I made a video giving the top 5 tips to recommit, and I was like animated it, and I was like, "Hey, news anchors," like, so it was just a little video, 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever. And I gave 5 tips, and that's it. Then when you reach out, they look for a good story. So if you have a good backstory, that helps. If not, make your backstory seem better than it is.
Better. Just make your backstory better if you don't have a
exactly. Like, tell it better. And the other thing they look for is relevancy to something that's happening now. So, hey, Facebook just got, caught with the whole what was the last scandal that? Yeah, exactly. So Facebook just got caught, rigging elections or whatever was going on. I'm spreading fake news over here. So Facebook just got caught rigging elections. I'm actually a Facebook ads expert, and I can come on and talk about that and sort of shed some light on it. Here's a video showing you that I'm not a boring fuck. And hey, here's some other interviews that I've done, and give them like the interview to like you, and like this interview right now would be sufficient, because they don't watch that shit. This came directly from a news anchor. I showed her this little promo video that I made, and she was like, I showed her like the first 30 seconds, and she's like, based off that alone, I would book you. And she was like, news anchors, like, we're not going to watch a whole 1 minute video. They're going to watch like the first 3 seconds, skip to like the middle, and then make a decision right then and there. So the magic formula is be interesting, have some sort of video, tie it and tie it to something that's relevant or coming up right now. I got on for National Social Media Day, which is June 30th, I believe. So every year that's a prime time to try to get on. But since we're past that, just look for there's different websites that post like all these different national holidays, and like every day there's like 5 things. It's called checkiday.com.
Yeah.
So somebody type that in the comments. It's like day.com. And you'll see that like, a month or 2 from now is national, like, computer day. Hey, news anchors, national computer day is coming up. And I'm actually a computer expert, also known as a digital marketing expert with Facebook. So I can come on and share. Oh, and then the other big tip, this is a huge one that'll help you get on, is news anchors are busy. So if you can afford them, they're more likely to book you. So what I mean by that is say, hey, I'd love to get on for National Computer Day. Here are the 3 different topics that I can talk about, and here are 5 different questions that you can ask me.
Yeah.
You've done all their work for them. And they're more like, so mine, we submitted like 3 things, and they actually let me pick at the end of the day which one I wanted. So we submitted like how millennials are making money on the internet, how small businesses can utilize social media, and I forget the other one was like something stupid. So since I went on 3 stations, we did one. We did how small business owners can utilize social media on 1, and then I think I did how millennials are making money on the internet on 2, or maybe reverse. But if you do all the work for them, then they're like, okay, like all they have to do is say yes because like you've done their work. So and then also once you go on ask for referrals, like say, hey, do you know any other stations close by or whatever? So I actually had one anchor text 2 others. I ended up not getting on those other 2, but it's still a warm referral. So there's a better chance you'll get booked for another one.
So I typed in checkiday.com today, apparently is eat a hoagie day. Like, the thing, right? Like I had no idea. So kind of like the JR life story, like in summary, is you grew your agents to 10 grand. It took 6 months of frustration, but you got through it to a point where you made that money simply because you surrounded yourself with people who constantly are providing help, guidance, and support, and things like that. And as it turns out, everybody that's in that same group chat is now massively successful. From there, you build out a digital marketing academy. You change the cover photo on your business page, your profile page, your group. You're interactive with your group. Facebook sees that, sends more people. And as people join their group, they're prompted to go to the academy, which has what could happen if you bought these tools type thing. And then for people to pay it forward to you in exchange, they just sign up using your link. But that by itself isn't enough. Like you have to get people in it. And the headline of today's interview is like how you won that ClickFunnels Dream Car contest without spending a dime on traffic. So what you did is you got real life famous, right? Like, was that intentional, or as life happens, you kind of fall through it and build that backwards? Because you can't just have that marketing academy. You have to get people into it. And so did you build out the academy knowing you had to do it in person, or did that just naturally occur and naturally happen?
No, they were totally 2 separate things. I don't think you don't have to go on TV to have a free academy.
Right.
And you don't have to have a free academy to go on TV. So it was just kind of like an opportunity that I saw to gain credibility. So everybody's always
wait. What was that noise?
Oh, that is my if you see over here, it's a YouTube subscriber counter, and anytime I get a subscriber on YouTube, does the ka-ching noise. So, dude, I'm so used to it, I don't even hear it anymore. But yeah, so if you guys go to YouTube right now and type in JR Rivas and you all subscribe, you guys will hear it start to go crazy.
That's so funny. It makes a cha-ching noise.
Yeah, and actually I got an email that it linked, it now is integrated with Stripe. So you can now link it up to your Stripe, and anytime you get a sale, it'll do the cha-ching noise, or you can have different noises for different things.
It's so fucking funny. So you build the academy. All right, so now we're gonna talk about what that Russell Brunson experience. So you build the academy, you go on these tours, people are signing up. Did you intend to win the Dream Car contest and get another company to pay for your Corvette? Or how did that turn out? Did they message you saying, hey, want to win a steering wheel? What was that experience like? So
basically I I got inspired. Like as soon as I heard about the contest, I was like, okay, I want to do that. But then I looked up the other people that had won the car, and at the time there was like maybe 15, and it was people like Robert Kiyosaki, Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone, Mike Filsaime, Todd Brown. So I was like, damn, like I'm nowhere near on the level of these people. So I need to like it'd be cool, but it just seems like really far or like really unattainable or whatever. But what I did was I went through that list and I was like, okay, I know all these guys, they probably got it through like some different method or some like there's probably 4 or 5 methods within this group of 15. So I went and I Googled every single person on the list and tried to find if I could see if I could find how they won the dream car.
Yeah.
So I saw like the second dude was like through blogging, and the second dude is like through blogging. Then like there was like a bunch of different launches. So I started to see like what worked and what didn't work. And I started to kind of like strategize based off of that. And it took me like from the day that I said like this would be a cool goal to hit to the day where I actually did it. It took maybe about a year, but not like a year of like me sitting down on my computer every day trying to make this happen. A year of like, all right, let me take some action for like a week and then see what happens. And then, I got busy, sidetracked for like 2 months or whatever. So it was pretty cool, dude. Like they give you $500 a month towards your car payment. And then the residual of having 100 active users is between $5 and $6 grand a month. Nice. And I also enjoy just the peace of mind of knowing that like that's going to come in no matter what. So it allows me to take more risks in other areas because my like I try to live off my ClickFunnels money and my affiliate money so that anything else that I make can be invested or is just bonus or whatever. Yeah. So that was kind of my strategy. Starting out. But if anybody, I think it's a great goal for anybody that wants to do it. You just gotta kind of commit yourself to it, see what works. I reached out to other dream car winners. Now there's like 50 something people. Like now it's like everybody does it.
The second JR won it, everybody fucking follows it. Like now everybody's getting one. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a really cool program. And the cool thing about it is it's very beginner friendly because once you get somebody to get into the ClickFunnels web, like you get them to buy like, the Expert Secrets book or whatever, which this is a free plus shipping offer. Once you get them to buy this, which is $8 to get it to them, now like Russell Brunson is going to spend all his time and money to promote to them and run Facebook ads and send them emails. And if they buy ClickFunnels 6 months down the line, you still get your commission for it. So it's like lifetime cookies. So it's really cool how you just get someone in the door and they pretty much take the time to like lube them up and make sure that they become a customer.
People that are watching this are subscribing it just to hear the ching in the background. That's so funny.
I think so. It refreshes every 30 seconds. So I think like if 10 people subscribe within a 30-second period, it'll only do it once.
Oh, got it. Well, that's still pretty cool. While we still have JR on the line, we still got about 15 minutes left. If you guys have any questions you want to ask JR, now's the time. You can ask him about the best clients he's had, the worst clients that transitioned from 0 to 10K in 6 weeks, how like his previous background in entrepreneurial-ing or entrepreneurial admiration helped position him in the future, how he ended up moving from just running an agency to affiliate income, how he got on TV, how he won the ClickFunnels Dream Car Award, which I think is like at 100 people, and then you win it, or is it 200?
Yeah, 100, yep.
Gotcha. It's at 100 and very cool. So if you've got any questions, comments, concerns, now's the time, or you can just stay tuned for the strategy session giveaway. But while we're here, JR, you are having something in Atlanta, right?
Yeah. So I'm having a mastermind in Atlanta on October 13th and 14th. You are actually going to be speaking there. And it's the only mastermind designed to get you high-paying, low-maintenance clients by the truckload in any industry. So I've really called in like every favor. I practically had to give you a hand job to come.
Yes.
So I got Andrew Crozy coming. I have you coming. I have James Smiley. He's on the James Smiley has a video on the ClickFunnels like homepage talking about how he's a beast in the B2B market. Mackenzie Lieberman, she's speaking at the ManyChat conference this week. She's dubbed the Bot Queen. She's spoken at Perry Belcher's War Room, which is $100,000 a year mastermind. And I got Cody Neer. The guy does 12 million a year in revenue in the e-com space. He's going to be teaching you guys how to get e-com clients. Like take your agency that you're running now and add these clients. And I have Austin Distel coming, who's the CEO of Proof. They got funding from Y Combinator, and he's going to show you how to sell conversion optimization as a service that you can charge $5,000, package it with what you're doing now and charge $5,000 a month for. So, and then you have me, and I'm going to be teaching you all about all this stuff that we just talked about in detail. I'm also going into a lot of mindset stuff. So I'm going to teach you how to not be a miserable piece of shit once you've accumulated all your wealth. So it's going to be a fun 2 days. And I have some surprises as well. I'm debating back and forth with doing like a tipsy Q&A panel with all the speakers.
I remember watching that.
But we'll see what happens. So Jeff, if you're interested, Jeff will drop the link for you. Drop hashtag mastermind, and Jeff will drop the link for you here in a little bit.
Very cool. By the way, guys, I'll be presenting on how to run customer research so that your future clients and customers write your ads for you. As like an agency owner, I'm always going, what am I supposed to put in my ad? You're always throwing stuff on the wall and seeing what sticks. And what I've figured out using like my Intel, MBA, and Ericsson background is that like you can actually position yourself saying, we're going to run customer research to figure out what works. And the second you get 15 and 30 responses from that specific type of customer research, your ad works right out of the gate using language those people have filled out the form with. So it's like, it's the just works process for writing your ad. And I use it to like actually get clients in here. And there's a woman that owns 3 massage spas. It's like, Jeff, the only reason I'm in here and paying you 3 times as much as I do anybody else is because of that customer research. And I'm like, great. In my head, I'm going, because that's going to write your ad for you, and they're going to pay me 3 times as much. So that's super awesome. Somebody says, how many affiliates do you have for ClickFunnels? Do you still promote it? What are your thoughts and feelings about it?
Yeah, so I'm at like 110. I really haven't put any work behind it since I got the ClickFunnels car, which is, I've almost had the dang car for like a year. And actually this month, I think, makes a year.
Cool.
So I haven't really done anything additional for it. It just kind of has maintained itself. And what was the other question?
What are your thoughts and feelings about ClickFunnels, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I love ClickFunnels as a whole. I sat out on the last promotion that they just did, just because of the sheer volume of people doing the promotion the same exact way. Like I lost everything. I'm sure you guys have seen that all over the place. So I'm a lot more focused these days on selling my own products as well, and putting in the time and energy behind that. So, but I think it's a great goal for you to have as a beginner, especially because it teaches you how to grow an email list. Like it forced me to do all these things. It forced me to learn Facebook ads better. It forced me to learn how to grow an email list, how to learn email marketing, how to grow a Facebook group. Like I had to learn all these things because I knew that by doing those, then it would get me to this goal up here. And through that, so many other things came about.
Very cool. So ladies and gents, now is the time. So JR has agreed to do a strategy session giveaway. So for 3 people, he's going to spend 15 minutes with you on the phone on a Zoom call, individually and one-on-one, and helping guide you in your best next steps when it comes to growing your agency, scaling your agency, moving to the affiliate space if you feel like it, and figuring out the best, worst, and the easy types of clients that you should be going for. So if you're looking to shrink your learning curve and get the results that you want, just type just hashtag JR affiliate my face. Yeah, there you go. That's like way too long to type quickly because somebody shared with me like they've already got like my face and they're waiting for me to like give the keyword. So hashtag JR affiliate my face, and JR will spend 15 minutes with you one-on-one and showed you the insides of the Digital Marketing Academy that just works, how to get on TV. Imagine if you've just gotten 1, 2, or 3 in-person live stations, how that would grow and change your agency for the better, and how to get in touch with the type of clients and customers that want to buy what you have to sell. And so I know that we've got like 4, 5, 10, 15, a bunch of people are replying, and I will announce the winners later because Be Live doesn't show me. You know what I mean? But a bunch of people have replied to JR affiliate my face, which I'm super psyched about. So JR, I'll make those introductions later today. But before we go, was there anything else you want to communicate or convey to anybody watching this who's looking to grow and scale their agency, especially considering you're making like $5,000, $6,000, or maybe $7,000 a month just from your academy on autopilot? So is there anything else you want to communicate as like a last hoorah or anything like that?
Get your ass to my event on October 13th and 14th. It's literally like the reason I decided to put on an event versus doing like a virtual summit or anything like that is because the amount of impact that I've seen in other people's businesses is way more impactful and way stronger live and in person. Like we were saying the other day, you can impact 10 people more in person than you can impact 1,000 people through video. And the other thing we were saying the other day is how the biggest leaps and bounds that I've made in my life and business has been from someone in person, me sharing with them their problem and them saying back to me, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just do this? And by them saying that, it's like, by someone saying that to you in person to your face, you're like, why don't I just do that? And you go and do it. And the other thing is it's easy to procrastinate when you're at home on your computer, but in person, one of the things I'm stressing at this event is speed of implementation. All the biggest impacts that I've had on my business has come from I got an idea or someone gave me a suggestion today and I was implementing it tomorrow. So we're really going to practice that at the event as well, because I want you guys to leave with things done already or things started already so that you don't get home and you're sitting on your couch and you're like, oh, you're looking at your to-do list and you throw on Family Guy or whatever. So this event is going to change.
Family Guy.
This event is going to change lives, and I really, you guys just need to be there.
So I'm presenting. Andrew's presenting. Jared's presenting. James Smiley's presenting. The CEO of Proof that just got way too much money from Y Combinator, which is like the top tier venture capital funding source in the world, which is pretty darn cool. You're all presenting, you're getting FaceTime, you're getting conversation time, things like that. It's small enough to where you can ask me questions one-on-one and get the type of coaching that you need. And the same with JR or anybody else that's presenting. So JR, I appreciate the time, the effort, the energy. I'm gonna connect you with the people that are asking for you to affiliate their face. And I think that's it. Thanks so much, everybody. See you later. Bye.
Cool. Peace.